Hello, Nightbeat Nation. This is Guy Wayman. Glad to have you with us. And this is Nightbeat Radio. And we've kind of worked on our front-end graphics just a little bit. Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday evening. And we're going to be getting the full-fledged broadcast going up on Monday, the 29th of March. So we're this is pre-production number 3. Consider it maybe a promo, maybe not, but glad to have you with us on the program. A lot going on. We're going to practice some of our intros and outros, and that was our classic introduction that we have there. And so we'll find out what you think. Go to nightbeatradio.com, and we're going to talk more about the blog that was written there. It's called A New Type of War, and so we'll talk about that in just a little bit. What's on the agenda? Oh my goodness, the coronavirus. The 15 days to slow the spread. You know, the president had a great plan there, the presidential guidelines, and yeoman's work to Vice President Mike Pence. He was given the job. Pretty much was always in the background for the first 3 years or so of the president's first term here. But with this, he has been out front, been a calming voice for the administration, much needed. Now, is this to prepare him for the presidency maybe down the road in 4 years? But the people, he's getting some face time in front of the people, and that is a good thing. What about Fauci and Birx? I'll tell you what, they've become like almost heroes, haven't they? When you hear them talk, they have been elevated to that voice of confidence. They give you the information. We're not dumb. Just tell us the information one way or the other. Okay, if things are going to go bad, let us know things are going to go bad. We're intelligent enough to figure this out, but at least give us the truth and let us figure that out for ourselves. The economy in the world, oh my goodness, we are talking some serious economy going on here. And a dip and a downturn. We're going to talk about some of these things as well. What I want to do is practice one of these outros. This is Nightbeat Radio, and you are a part of the Nightbeat Nation. We'll be back in 2. All right, we're back, and that's one of our intros. It's actually a rejoiner that we use at the bottom of the hour, and just to kind of like a little lighten up the mood type of thing, so it's not contemplative or deep. And so I wanted to kind of practice that little outro with you just to see if that works. And if I'm going over here because I'm kind of doing some things on the computer to make sure that everything is working, as they say, copacetic. All right, the election trail, news, developments. The November election, will it be about COVID-19, the coronavirus, or will it be about the economy? Or I'm sure there's going to be an October surprise. What about this Congress deal? Now, they're going to get this thing passed. You know they're going to get it passed. But the Democrats, they've had to backtrack a lot. They tried to get this Green New Deal. Hey, what do you think about the Magoos? A very nice lady friend of mine down in Oklahoma, she did not like these. She nicknamed them the Magoos. I'll have contacts on a little bit later, but when my eyes get tired and when I have to do close reading, I put on the Magoos. I have other glasses, and the hat, that will go in a couple of weeks, but right now we're just kind of doing the casual thing right now. The Democrats in Congress, Bernie and Biden. Biden's trying to be more and more relevant. He's coming out. People, I don't think he even knows what state it is. I don't even think he knows what day it is most of the time. Bernie Sanders, he has totally got himself in a mess because people in America, they've rejected the socialist idea, just totally rejected the socialist idea. Could Governor Cuomo he's not doing this intentionally, but you know the Democrats are watching this very closely because people are watching Cuomo's press conferences. And so by watching his press conferences, they're saying, he might be presidential material. If it's a brokered convention, could the Democrats try and sneak in that? I'll tell you what, we're going to take another time out because I want to practice this as well. You are a part of the Nightbeat Nation, and this is Nightbeat Radio. All right, we're back, and that's one of our other intros. It's a track that I wrote for a client. My goodness, 13 years ago, back in 2007 was the time. All right, this will be our last segment before we close things out. And the Tokyo, the 2020 Olympics, they have been postponed one full year. And so the leaders have agreed to that the Olympic Committee Games in Tokyo could stand the beacon of hope in the world with all that's going on. They've decided the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, and they had to agree with Tokyo, Japan, the host city, that it would be okay to move it back. Now, you know NBC paid a ton of money to pay to be the official broadcast partner of this. And so they had to also agree because they had already, it takes about a year to get all of the cameras, cabling, everything in place. They ship these, their broadcast facility are in these containers that you see shipping across on these big ships and everything, these big containers. Well, everything is in the studios right there, and they just pretty much open the side door, and boom, there it is. And then they have to, they have to then put things together. We're going to be back and take our final time out, and we'll be back and let you hear some of our closing music. You're part of the Nightbeat Nation, and this is Nightbeat Radio. All right, this is the final one right before we close things out, and thank you so much for bearing with us. This is production day number 3, pre-production, getting ready for the final one. All right, on the blog at nightbeatradio.com. Go to nightbeatradio.com, and there you'll see at the top of the page it says posts, and on there is the topic, and this is what I wrote today. And it's there, and you can write a comment there. So click on the button, and you can interject your comments and all. And then during the program, and you know what? My daughter is trying to get through to me, and my daughter will have to wait because Nightbeat Radio comes first, and I forgot to quiet my phone. Okay, this is what it says. The world since World War I has changed. And then it was the Great Depression, World War II. The Cold War raised caution around the world with nuclear warfare. Now, the space race changed much of what we enjoy. And then there was the ousting of the Shah of Iran. Remember that in the 70s? Well, boy, oh boy, hostages were taken. And a new type of war, there was called jihad. Remember the Ayatollah Khomeini? Oil prices and lines shot up overnight as the world witnessed a battle over who and what country held the oil and the rise of OPEC. That's the first time we really heard OPEC, wasn't it? The Berlin Wall came down, big tech boomed, and the internet exploded with new ways to connect and the use of retail. That was in the 90s during Clinton. Then was 9/11, September the 11th. Virtually everyone alive remembers September 11th, and they can remember where they were and what they were doing. Airlines and airports required now a TSA to check in passengers. That changed the world again. Boy, oh boy, 19 years ago. The recession of 2008 and 2009 was a reality check on the banks and the corporate bailouts were the new buzzwords. Remember when General Motors became Government Motors? Now another moment in time. This is the year 2020 and the coronavirus, COVID-19. This will change everything. Countries around the world, they are shutting down, and businesses are laying off people. The virus is so infectious that there is hoarding of basic goods at the grocery store and paper goods too. Imagine the trees. We're killing off all these trees. Where's the Green New Deal there? We're killing off these trees. All right. Schools have been shut down. All sporting events canceled. Even the Summer Olympics we just talked about in Tokyo. What now? A realignment of life. That was the post today at nightbeatradio.com, and that'll be your gateway. We'll read those comments. We'll monitor those comments, and during the program, we'll have those for you as well. Well, this is pre-production day number 3. Glad to have you with us, and Monday the 29th, we're going to be starting in earnest. Thank you so much for being with us tonight on this pre-production day. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell to be notified when we up again, and then click the like. And we like the likes. We like the likes. There you go. And we're going to talk to you again tomorrow night. You're part of the Nightbeat Nation, and this is Nightbeat Radio.